everyone. How's it going today? I know you have to wait for the commercial to come up and everything. So while we're doing that, I think commercials come up for me because I'm not an affiliate or anything. So I would imagine Twitch has to make their money. So I'm just going to. There's a lot of construction going on in my building today. So I know I can hear all that drilling or sawing or whatever's happening right now. I'm not sure if you do. So we'll see how long I last, 'cause it's like super annoying. Okay, so I need to find Twitchy Twitch on my phone. So I find it on my phone so that I put my chat. First, I'm gonna do the notifications thing. Uh-oh, didn't I? Wonder if that I didn't save. I thought I changed all these headlines. Okay. Hmm. Nope. Didn't work. Okay. So that. Hmm. It had put all these tags on a minute ago, but then I also got a phone call, so maybe I didn't click save when I did it on the actual computer. So am I looking for fortune telling? Oh, it doesn't even have fortune telling on this one. Interesting. Um, yeah, this is a totally different one. Or maybe it's already, maybe I already have. Huh. Oh, there it is. Done. And, oh, the other one was writing. Writing. Done. Okay, update information. Okay, maybe this is what my son's always telling me about how I don't do it. All right, so, okay. Hey, hi. Nope, no blankets today, Alex. How you doing? Okay, just finding my chat room, and then I will pull a. Why do I go through this every time? You'd think I'd know where things are by now. Ah, there it is. Okay. All right. Yep. I change uh I change the background now and again because I get bored. All right. So Alex, long time no see. I'm gonna pull a card for you. See what your message of the day is. I have to stop. I used to always have my camera up there, so I have to get used to looking over here. Change it around for my own amusement. Doing well. Good. Guess the kids are out of school soon. Your kids are still school age, right? Yeah. Mine are way way beyond the age of school. Yeah, let's do a little see what we got for you today. All right. Ooh, Three of Pentacles. That's an excellent one for you. Your son will be out of school in 5 hours. I can always pull a card for him. I know I gotta start. I've been thinking now that I'm over. I had this like headache, cold, allergy thing. I still have it, but now I'm on all these drugs. So it was, the headphones make the headache work worse. But now I'm gonna start playing with times because I'm finding lunchtime it's hard. That's why I keep missing days because, as you know, like we get busy with our days, and then I do dog walking and other types of jobs, and then I'm not home. So I'm gonna try and start coming on later, but then I get busy at the end of the, anyways. But yeah, maybe sometime we'll get we'll connect with your sons there. So Three of Pentacles, that's an excellent, excellent card for someone like you who's an artist and doing commissions and work for hire and your own thing and all this. This is if you Google the card for the Rider Waite deck, it's a picture of two wealthy people commissioning an artist to make a sculpture for them. So it's about give the public what it wants, and then if you're doing work for hire and stuff, give your patrons what they want. It's the whole, as you know, I know you know this, when people hire us for gigs, we do what they want us to do as opposed to what we think they want or what we want to do, right? So, and then pentacles are always about money and money growing. And so the idea is that, you'll probably be getting some new commissions, or maybe you're working on something now and maybe you'll make even more. Yeah, and if you're having something happening right now and you're wondering if it's even a viable thing, man, that drilling's so loud. I don't know if you guys hear it. I'm gonna close this window. That'll help. So the idea of when you get a three, it's usually creative growth. It's growing, and then pentacles are money. So it's definitely about getting paid for your work, getting commissions, people talking behind your back about your work, and more people coming to bring you money for your work. So it's a fantastic artist, creative artist, people working in the arts card, whether it's, a writer or artist or dancers or whoever. It's definitely fantastic work for hire. And then just to branch out a little more about general meaning of the card as well is for people who are single or looking for romance. It can be a card about people setting you up on a blind date. And then for people who are job hunting, whether it's artist jobs or just any job, people looking for work, it's a fantastic card for that because it's showing that people are calling you references and you're getting good. It's a positive thing, not a, oh, it's a people talking behind your back card too, but it's usually in a positive way, not in a, oh my God, what'd you say that for way. But yeah, so excellent card for you today. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna pull one for your son, and you can tell him about it. See what his message of the day is. Okay, so Alex's son. You're welcome. So that's a happy card. Let's hope your son gets a happy card too. Let's see what we have for your son. Ooh, King of Cups. He's got a good one too. My beautiful artistry. I'm embarrassed showing someone like you. But King of Cups is a really good card. Now, it can represent the water signs, but it doesn't have to. And the water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And King of Cups is usually someone in authority. So maybe it's something to do with you, or someone else he's dealing with in authority. And then Cups also represent the arts. So if he's an artistic type, it could be him getting better at his artistic things, and things growing. So he might have a teacher that he's dealing with or really admires, or maybe his teacher's moody and weird, and he's because those water signs are emotional people. I don't remember what you are, but what so the cups represent like a lot of emotional things, good and bad. Um, and then depending on how old your son is, maybe he's going through teenage hormone things and stuff. It can represent like being moody, And then the big message I always have for that card, and if you look at the Rider Waite deck, you'll see a king sitting on the throne and he has a fish around his neck. So it's the Pisces king. And then he's in the middle of the ocean. It's like he's floating away on his throne. And I always saw him as kind of floating in the card. Like his throne's his boat. But I've had other people say that they see the card as the throne is actually goes deep into the ocean and it's anchored, and that's the only thing anchoring him. I don't usually go with that idea. I like my own idea where he's just kind of floating around. So it's showing, the waters of the unconscious, emotions, being intuitive. So whenever we have water in the cards or the cups, and we see water in the tarot cards, it often represents unconscious mind, stream of consciousness, intuition. So it's a card about trusting gut feelings, trusting his intuition, and if he's dealing with someone emotional, like trust his own gut feelings about what he needs to do to get through to that person or deal with that person. And then it's also a card about paying attention to your dreams. So that goes with the unconscious as well. So his dreams at night, maybe he's having some really cool dreams, or maybe he's having disturbing dreams, or maybe he doesn't dream at all, but there may be messages for him in his dreams. So it's a very interesting card, and it's an artistic card. So I don't know if he's artistic too and he likes to draw or write or sing or dance or whatever his deal is, even sports or whatever. So really embracing his artistic side, trusting his gut feelings, trusting his intuition. And if he's going through a bit of an emotional time, to realize that things get better, and the one thing we can count on in life is change. And I know they even had that on the Big Bang Theory last week. I was so excited to see them use that, because that's what I always say is, especially as I get older, and I'm an Aquarius anyways, so I'm changeable or whatever, but that is the one thing we can count on in life, is that no matter what happens, things do change. So if we're in a crappy situation, it'll get better. If we're in a great situation, it's gonna get crappy, all that. So yeah, so King of Cups, and you can Google it and see for yourself. That's a really good card for him. So is he king of the house? We know the kids always are, right? Anyway, so there you go. So there's your card for your son as well. Ain't nothing change but a change. Yep. Yep. And right now, well, on the weekend we had a full moon. I know it's already Wednesday. I blinked and like it's so 4 days later. But the weekend we had the moon in Scorpio, blue moon, flower moon. It was a very powerful moon, and Scorpio is a water sign. So, and I think we're all still feeling a lot of the effects of that moon as well. Um, as so, and in the full moon, like when we have these big moon situations, we get more um into the full moon is about the shadow side of ourselves, our deep thoughts, our intuition. And so with the moon in Scorpio, a lot of our inner stuff is kind of rising to the top for all of us. And so we may find we're more moody or more intuitive or spiteful, as Scorpios don't take crap from anyone. And if you cross a Scorpio, I don't know if anyone watching is a Scorpio, I'm sorry. But, if you do cross a Scorpio, they will hunt you down. They never forget. They're like elephants. They never forget you wronged them. So I try not to upset any of my Scorpio friends ever. Scorpios make good detectives and things like that because they pay attention to the details, right? So still are having a lot of that. And then we have Taurus went into Uranus last week, and then so that's about things changing, so Taurus is an earth sign, and they're pretty I don't say rigid, but they're reliable, they're hardworking people and stuff. So then when Uranus is coming in, um, it's kind of shaking them up a bit, and so that affects all of us too. no matter what we are, all this changeable stuff. So it's the idea is that we're going to get more focused on our finances and maybe more creative ways to, get more, get more money, more finances, more possessions, and different ways to get work, different ways to find new contracts, depending on whoever is watching, whatever your deal is. Because not everyone's an artist, not everyone's a banker, not, so we all get creative. So it's a lot of that energy happening right now. Finding new ways to earn a living, I guess, is part of it. And then we also had Venus went into Aries last week, and that's going to be for a few months as well. And with that, it's Aries is a very impulsive type of sign. They're a fire sign. They're the adventure people. They just they leap before they look. And very spirited and ambitious and enthusiastic, and a lot of them have a lot of charisma, which is why we put up with them. No, it was, and so with Aries in Venus combination, it's like if you see someone you have the hots for, go for it kind of idea. Whereas, sometimes when Venus is in other signs, you're cautious, you're wondering, you're worshiping from afar. But right now, I think also too, because we are in springtime, um, well, springtime here in North America. I'm in Canada, so it's definitely spring. That's why I have headaches and taking a million allergy pills because all the pollen's exploding. So we're having that spring energy. So the Aries springtime ram, because we just came, Aries is April. So we have the springtime ram, the horny goat, all that, right? And so all that energy's coming out, which is how the human race keeps going. So yeah, so those of you who are fence sitting on asking people out in your life, and this is the time. This is it. What's blinging on my thing? Oh, it's just a YouTuber posting something. Yeah. Anyway, so those are all my thoughts about all those things. And if anyone's watching who wants a tarot card reading, just all you have to do is say hello in the chat. You don't have to ask a question because we know that all these people come and peek at these recordings when they go up. So you probably don't want your whole life story up there. Um, but if you do have questions, like Alex, if you have any specific questions, or anyone who's watching, you can have a specific question or a general question, or just sort of like, so if I do X, will Y happen? Like you can be very vague if you want. I am here for a little while. Maybe they'll take a lunch break for the drill in there. Then what else? Where's my date book? Oh, I can reach it. Okay. See what today has. Today is Wednesday. We're supposed to wear yellow today, apparently. It's a yellow day, according to my witch's date book. So we have. Oh, it's the 22nd. See, I never know what day it is unless I look at the book. So the 22nd, 22 is a master number. So this is probably a very auspicious day. And then you figure 22 is a 4, and 4 is about, the four corners of the earth, or building a firm foundation, and all these types of ideas. Um, so yeah, today should be a good day for a lot of us. And where's our moon? And we just went into Gemini yesterday, so happy birthday, Gemini. I have my mom and my brother are Geminis. And what else do we have going on? Yeah, so actually the moon's in Scorpio again today. Yeah, it is. So it was in Sagittarius yesterday. So we had, I know it's hard to talk about all these things, but because the full moon was a Scorpio full moon, even though it was in. Oh no, that's right. Scorpio Sagittarius. No, so now we're in Capricorn. Sorry. Just more coffee, more coffee. The allergies. Yeah, so we're in Capricorn. So working hard. Yeah, 'cause then it's Aquarius on Friday. Yay, me. That's my sign. So, anyways, if anyone's watching and you want a tarot card reading, you just say hello. You don't even have to ask for a reading because I know there's lagorama on by the time you message and I see it, it's like 5 minutes later. But I have my tarot cards here, and I see a couple people are looking in curiosity. So all that happens is, if you say hello, then I shuffle these cards, and I pull one. Let's see. And then, oh, there's a blank. Oh my God, I put some of my prompt cards in here because I also write on these same cards for when I'm writing. I make notes on them. Yeah, my cue cards. So, yeah, I had my blank cue cards for my book here. See. Oh, this was also for editing card there. I made some notes. All right, try this again. Yeah, I have all those. Okay. All right, try this again. But like I said, anyone wants a tarot card reading, you just say hello, or you can ask a question. That's totally cool. And I will pull one for you. So here I have, so the Tower card. Dun dun dun. So the Tower card, man, we got the Tower card a lot last week. And the Tower card is about change. It's about things happening. It's about sometimes it's unexpected, out of the blue change. Like, you go to work and there's a lock on the door and it's, got no job no more. That happened to me at one of my jobs. Um, I just started working at Town and Country Buffet in Mississauga, which is in Canada. I don't live in Mississauga anymore, but I just started working. I was going to be a waiter, but they put me on cash first to train and learn and all that. You know how it is in the restaurant business, whoever's watching. Um, and then so I'd been there about 3 weeks. Then I came in for my shift one day and there's a big lock on the door. Because, you hear about these things happening, but it actually happened to me. So it actually does happen. Because I'd always, before that point, this was about 15 years ago, but before that point, I never actually knew that that actually happened. I always thought it was kind of an expression, or, people are exaggerating, or surely you knew before, like that there were problems. But nope. One day we're working, the next day it's like, oh, wow, cool. We're out of a job. Yeah, so that could be a tower thing. That's totally a tower thing. And yeah, so the tower can be and actually, we were just talking about how Taurus is in Uranus. I know. The tower is ruled by Uranus. So that's the changeable sign, the changeable planet, the changeable card, things changing. So if you get a tower card in your reading, it's often a message that get your act together so that, like, if you're ignoring bills, if you're ignoring crazy sounds in your car, if you're, putting up, oh, I'm late on my rent, I don't care, don't tell your landlord, whatever, then a thing, crap's going to hit the fan, things are going to happen. And that's your own fault, because you're not paying attention. And so the Tower card is telling you, yeah, things are going to explode in your face if you don't clean up your act. And then other times, because it depends on the question people are asking, and when you do like full spreads for people, there's other cards too that will indicate more what the Tower card actually is. So when I'm just pulling a Tower card, it's like, yeah, there's some changes today. Oh, it's going to rain. Maybe there's a tornado. Maybe I'm going to have a burst of inspiration for a story or whatever. Maybe I'll get $1,000 in the mail. you know. So the Tower can be good or bad. And then some people are afraid of the Tower card because they think it's, they don't like change. And as we were talking about a minute ago, one thing we can all count on is change. So the Tower card can be frightening if you like your job or you like your life, and it's like, oh my God, what's happening? Can represent a pregnancy, a job change, moving, your ceiling collapses, tornado comes, all these things. But it can also be burst of inspiration, falling in love. Maybe you've been looking for a new place to live, and boom, there's a place to live. You never saw it because a bunch of crazy things happen, and then there you are. So yeah, the Tower card can be all kinds of things for all kinds of people. And now they're starting the drilling again. Ah. All right, so I'm going to stay on for 2 more minutes unless somebody asks for a reading. And then I'm going to hang up because I do have a pile of editing to do today for people. And that's my tower. Maybe I get some more editing. And yeah, so if you want a tarot card reading, speak now or forever hold your peace. Like I said, it's 12:38, so I'll give it to 12:40 and then I will go about my day, as will all of you. I'll pull one more for fun, for just see, just for the fun of it. The Knight of Wands. That's a good card. That's a great career card, and it often shows can be traveling, can be a new job, a new career opportunity, not necessarily a job opportunity. Because for some people, their jobs and their careers aren't the same thing, especially if you're in the arts. Uh, like for me, I'm a writer, but I do a bunch of other side jobs to supplement my writing career. And so I do editing and acting and things like that. So that for me, that card could mean a new opportunity coming in, a new change coming in, a new client coming in for editing, or maybe a new opportunity coming in for the acting, or and so on and so forth, right? And then travel, yeah, I'd love to travel. I have my car. I'm not planning to go anywhere anytime soon. I'd like to, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. But anyways, so I am going to go now, but thank you all so much for coming by. And it's fun. And I'm going to try and get on again tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Oh no, I won't be here tomorrow. I found out the other day one of my friends died. Uh, she actually died in March, but I just found out a couple of days ago. And she was a childhood friend, and no one told me. And then I have another friend who is also really good friends with her too. So I'm gonna go over to my living friend's house tomorrow, and we're gonna do a little just sort of a little funeral between the two of us to honor and remember our departed friend. We were all really close in grade school. We were all book nerds. We'd all sit and go to each other's houses and read books and play with little toys. And the friend who died, she got me into Tintin and Asterix, and she was a huge Lord of the Rings fan. She loved Tolkien, however you say it, and she went on to be a professor of chemistry, like Sheldon or something. It's kind of funny. Yeah. So she died of breast cancer in March. Apparently, she's the exact same age as me. So it was very startling to hear about. One of her friends contacted me because she'd moved to Chicago. I lost touch with her like years and years and years ago, and yeah, so that was startling. But anyway, so that's where I'll be tomorrow is remembering my dead friend. Actually, we were roommates too. We got our first apartment together. So I was a little upset no one contacted me that she was ill and dying or dead because breast cancer, it's a lingering death. So yeah, I was a little upset that no one thought to call me. Oh, hey, hi, super game, and hi. I'll pull a card for you. I'll pull a tarot card for you. See what your message of the day is. What's your message? Ooh, we got Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. You're welcome. So Seven of Cups, you can Google the card. to see other pictures of it. I just created cards just to kind of show people because I don't have copyright permission for all the other decks. And you'll see in the Rider Waite deck, Rider hyphen Waite, there's a person looking at all these cups, right? And seven is a number of having faith things will work out. And cups often represent emotional things, creative things, opportunities. And so the Seven of Cups, the card itself often represents you have all these things going on and you're pretty content with a lot of stuff, but then there's this one of the cups in the other decks, there's a cup that's covered up, and that's representing something that you still need or want. And part of it is oh, good, good. You had something specific. Yeah. So the cup that's covered over, it's the idea of you're missing something, but you're not quite sure what it is, and so you're trying to figure out how to get it. But it's that whole idea of we don't know what we don't know kind of thing. So you have like that sense that, okay, I got to do something or deal with something, but I'm not quite sure how to get there. So the Seven of Cups tells you you're going to figure it out because seven's a number of having faith. Have faith in yourself, have faith in other people, have faith in your religious ideas, and so on. And then trust your intuition because cups are a lot about emotion and intuition, and trust your gut feelings about things. And then what I often tell people when they get Seven of Cups, like if I'm doing one-on-one in real life, I know this is real life, but like we're not actually, it's hard to talk or communicate or you know what I mean? I'll tell people to make a list of the stuff they have in their life, and then another list of their goals or what they want. It could be material possessions, could be a career change, could be you have a crush on someone and hoping they're going to like you, or maybe you're in a relationship and there's something just not quite clicking. But anyway, so the good news with that card is that you're going to figure it out and it's going to work out and it's going to be great. So that's the nice thing about the Seven of Cups is that you're going to get it done. You're going to figure it out. So I don't know if that twigs with what you were thinking about, but it's that's just a blank. I don't know. But anyway, so like I said, you can Google the card and oh, great, great. Yeah, it's lovely, lovely. Yeah. So I hope that's helpful for your message of the day. I quite like this card. I mean, it can be difficult card to get for people who don't know, like if they don't really have a question or anything. Cheers to you too. Thank you. All right, so does anyone else have a question before I hang up? So I'll stay on another minute if anyone else wants to ask anything. Oh, and I should say I am wearing my I teach on Udemy shirt because I do. I have 5 courses on Udemy while I'm here waiting to see if anyone else wants me to pull a card. On Udemy, I teach a horror writing course. Oh, thank you for the follow. I try to stream every day. I try. So follow me. I try to stream around this time, but then I was saying earlier I might, I'm going to try and shake it up a little bit. 'Cause tomorrow I won't be on here at this time because I'll be doing something else. And then so if you follow me like you are, then at least you get the notifications that I come on. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I like the idea of just giving people tarot card readings because it is what I do. Um, I do parties and all that stuff, and I've been reading tarot cards at Comic Con and Fan Expo for over 10 years. I've read for tons of people. I've been reading tarot for, oh God, 15 or 20 years now. Um, yeah, so I just thought, I'd come on Twitch and try it out. I've been doing it almost a year on Twitch, but it's very sporadic because I do have all these other jobs, and so my schedule gets crazy. But I'm going to try and make sure that I come on every day. And like I was saying earlier, um, I often want to come on at night and then I get sidetracked with other stuff. So, you know, anyways, I'm glad you like the idea. And sometimes we talk about crystals and things if you have questions, but right now I'm gonna leave now. But if you ever come back and you have questions about tarot cards, crystals, astrology, horror writing. Oh yeah, so like my Udemy courses, I have a course on how to be a horror writer, one on how to read tarot cards, one on how to write a short story using tarot cards, one on life magic, which is like organizing your life to be, to bring in positive energy. So that covers like everything from behavior to clearing the clutter to working with crystals and meditations and recognizing crazy people when you meet them, and it's like the whole ball of wax. And I keep adding to all my courses, and then the other course is how to be a background performer, because I do background work for movies and TV shows as well. It's one of my side jobs, so I made a little course about that. So yeah, so that's Udemy. And if you go to my YouTube channel and things like that, there's always coupons on the links. Oh, and if you're new, yeah, can we have a stream on crazy people? Oh my God, don't get me started. It's like we could all tell our stories about all. Oh my Lord, yeah. Especially when you get to my age, it's like, oh, the crazy people we meet. Yeah, yeah. Avoiding and dealing with them. The number one thing with crazy people is trust your gut. I'm bad at that. Like, not bad at that. I'm better now, much better, because I had to get kicked in the head many times and then I got it. But when you first meet someone, if you're like something doesn't seem right, it's never going to get better. Because they put on their mask and they crazy you out. You've been thinking about delusions and how easy it is people to suck you into them. Yes, yes, it does start small. It absolutely does. It's the little things, and the next thing you know, you're in the. And I do that. I do talk a bit about narcissists and psychopaths in my life magic course because I keep meeting them. Yeah, and it's brutal. Yeah, so I guess one of the things to remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, because that happens to all of us. And the thing with narcissists um, is that they do mirror you, and it's so hard to tell because they've been stalking you long before you even knew they were around, and so you think you found your soulmate or a connection, whether it's a friend or a lover. It's like, oh my God, we like the same things. This is so cool. Next thing you know, all your money's gone from your bank account. They stole your house. They stole your kids. They stole, because it's a slow. Some of them, they're so patient. They're so patient. They just some of them. I've read stories of people who have been like with these crazies for like 20 years, and then they suddenly realize it or wake up, or because it's like the boiling frog syndrome. That expression where you put a frog in a pot of water and then turn on the heat, and slowly the frog will cook from the inside out because it doesn't realize it's in the boiling water and it's too late to jump, right? And that's what happens when you get involved with these psychopaths, sociopaths, and they're not all Ted Bundys and Paul Bernardos. Like, they don't necessarily kill you, but they'll kill your spirit. Yeah. It's yeah, psychopaths. It is. So just protect your heart, protect your mind, protect your heart. Um, and like I said, the main thing to do is trust your gut when you first meet people. And if something seems off, it probably is. Don't think, oh, I'm delusional. It's like it probably is. And get really good at reading body language. There's so many books. Well, now we have internet. When me growing up, I didn't have internet or anything, so I had to learn stuff the really hard way. But now there is so many books on gaslighting, psychopaths, sociopaths. Um, there's a book called How Many Lies Are Too Many, and some other books. And yeah, it just learning the red flags. Because one flag at a time may not seem like a red flag, but when you really start to pay attention, you realize there are a few. Yeah, you got me started about my favorite topic. It was- and as a horror writer, I write about these things in a fictional way, but yeah, some people are very dangerous for others, and it can be sad, very sad. Something. Yeah, yeah. It's very, yeah, scientific. And they keep changing if you get into the psychiatry and stuff, it used to be like sociopaths and narcissists, they used to be considered one thing. Now they're considered another, like when they do the classifications of behavior disorders. I think for a while they were borderline disorders, and now they're considered something else. But the problem with the sociopaths and psychopaths, when we fall in love with them, is that there is no cure. And that's the hardest thing to realize with some of these people, is that there's no cure for them. And and for you to disengage, and because we give them more and more chances, and then we get more and more sucked in. And it's sad, it's really horrifically sad to think that someone you love, not necessarily love as a lover, but a friend or family, um, or a boss even, that as they're doing all these horrible sick things. You start to realize what they're doing, and there's no cure. They can't cure them, because like with the ones that are truly gone. And I and they're still trying to figure out, are they born, is it a genetic thing, is it a nurturing nature nurture things. And I believe it's a combination of factors, because seeing some in the family and seeing some not in the family, but knowing how they're raised or whatever, I think it's a combination of genetic and nurturing. Because you can have two kids from the same family, and one will turn out to be a narcissistic, psychopathic jerk, and the other will be like a wonderful person who will do anything for anyone, and they have the same gene pool, same raising, same. That's why I think a lot of it's genetic. Um, yeah, but yeah, protect your heart, double check everything, watch for red flags, trust your gut. If something seems weird, it probably is. Don't make excuses. I'm brutal for making excuses for people. So this is what I always try to pass on to men and women. Don't make excuses for people. We always want to. Um, I know a lot of people don't like Dr. Phil, but I do like how he does the shows on people getting catfished, love fraud, people being scammed. I don't necessarily like that, but I like how he exposes them, and I don't necessarily like how he treats the victims or the targets. But these stories, the more we get this stuff out in the world, the more people realize they're not alone when they get scammed or hurt by these people. And then also that you're not alone in that, yeah, these people do exist. One in four is out to get you. It's scary times. Yeah. Anyways, I gotta go, but thank you so much for coming by. And yeah, so thank you for getting me rambling on about these crazy people too. Um, yeah, I'm glad you did too. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna go, but I'll be back. Maybe I'll be able to come on later tomorrow. So, like I said, I won't be around. Oh, thank you. Enjoy my perspective. Yeah, clickbait titles, I know. I'll think of one for next time. All right. Okay. But thank you so much for coming by. Bye, everyone. And thank you for the follow.